you go hard betting on week 1, and then we get ready to get into week 3 of the season going, what the hell were we talking about for a month leading into the season? Because everything we thought was the case was wrong. So I always tread a little lightly, and I mean, I try not to make these so definitive takes. Things can change very, very quickly, or maybe they have, and we just haven't seen it yet.
The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio. Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for The Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Wake up with the Nielson Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey, Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast, located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
It's time for another episode of The Oil Stream with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola, presented by Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to The Oil Stream. Dusty and Tommy Gazzola with you. Game day for the Edmonton Oilers. They take on the Seattle Kraken. We've got line combinations. We've got lots to discuss. And if you're listening right now online, that means it works. It means you're listening online right now. So tell your friends that they, too, can listen to The Oil Stream every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Post-game show, pre-game show. How did that go, buddy?
What is good?
I watched a good chunk of it.
Oh, it was nice to be back in the rotation, and this, like, the format we kept very similar to what we had at our old shop, but
hey, when it works, it works.
It works, yeah. The added element of the on-camera portion is nice, and and then just getting back into the rhythm of it was good. And like seeing Cass and talking to him,
it's
and then
nice, right?
And then having a Wannick here, like it was different the last couple of years after COVID because we were doing our show from remote places. Like you were the only one. If people didn't know this, you were the only one allowed out of the hosts at 1260 to actually be in studio. You and Eric would do the morning show, and then everybody else would do it from their home. And I asked Wannick, I'm like, can we just keep the boxes, the home studio? And they let me, thankfully. Wannick said yes. And so that stayed a thing through all the way up to last year. And I didn't want to give it up either. I wanted to keep it going. So it's just different. You're in a different environment, and the show, the familiarity, getting everyone back, keeping track of the nasty chat. We called it the nasty chat.
Yeah. No, it sounded nice.
We'll keep it going like that, but then also refreshing the actual text line.
Yeah.
That's a new element as well. Like you just have an extra spot that you have to go and check to see if there's questions coming in. And the other thing too, I found, I think I read a couple of comments on the nasty chat that were actually conversations that were being had between multiple people. So I was like,
watching when you said that. Yeah.
And I caught it as I'm saying it, because usually I just assume it's something said towards us, but that's not the case. And that's the beauty of the nasty chat, is people can see what everyone else is talking about, and they can disagree, and they can go back and forth. They can take these tangents off to a different topic. But so it was just like bringing all of that together, and then getting the actual rhythm of the show back, which, like riding a bike, basically. It's like, oh yeah, all winter I could ride my bike.
You just got to get used to this stuff. You sit right here, right?
We sat here. I sat here, and I was like, where do I sit in Dusty's seat? Well, when I do when I do your show filling in, Eric's here and I'm there. So I'm good on either side of this lovely desk that we have. But yeah, it was good to just do it, And I think we had a decent viewership. I think the listenership was good interaction. And as we get into, and it was a Saturday night too, a nice night. Iron Maiden was
preseason too, though.
Yeah. But I think it's going to pick up steam, and hopefully we're going to definitely add more layers and elements to it. And like even reading Damon Bunting, Remax Elite, that liner, I was so used to doing, calling it a different name, the show itself, and then Game Changers, brought to you by a different company. And now it's Damon Bunting, Remax Elite. So all those little things that you're so used to doing and you hadn't done for a while, and then now you're in a new environment, new elements and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, that's so much like how we used to do it, but a little bit different, which is good. And we're going to do, Dusty, one more pregame show on Friday. I think, talking to Wannick, it's just the pregame.
Just the pregame?
It sounds like it, yeah.
All right, so we'll have the pregame on Friday, and then when the puck drops on the regular season, pregame, postgame, it will not be bumped for this game. It will not be bumped for that game. We'll be locked in. If you're listening right now at edmontonsportstalk.com, or you're watching on YouTube, or you go back later on and watch on YouTube, or you are listening to the podcast at some point, and if you have a company that you might want to partner with the Oil Stream pre- and post-game show, just email us, business@edmontonsportstalk.com. We can get you a package. You can take a look at it. We think it's extremely affordable to other media outlets, and the show that Tommy's going to put together with Cass and Gager and Belsey when they're on, it's going to be the best pre- and post-game show in the city. So
we're totally biased.
But we're biased, but also be confident in what you're doing, right?
I was just going to follow up with, what others have said it. So
yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
This is the pumpkin spice latte shirt the boys are talking about.
Yeah.
Listen. Weren't you plaid on the pre and post too?
Yeah. So this is a Bozone Live shirt.
Definitely.
And by the way, Bozone Live Season 4 coming at you on Wild TV in November. We have they do this like first episode. May I enlighten?
Yeah, of course, buddy. Yeah.
They do the first episode is actually like a recap / catching up with all the hunters.
Okay.
So it's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm hosting it, I believe. And they sit around a bonfire and they talk about like getting ready for their hunts and everything. And it's actually
seriously,
it's awesome. Like I'm not a hunter. Shocker, I'm not a hunter, but I've learned so much over 3 seasons of Bozone Live that I know how to not carry the conversation, but be the conduit. And I'm very much looking forward to it. So this was a Bozone Live's like, hey, we can't have you wearing like collared shirts that look like you're
definitely look Bozone Live.
Yeah, so they hooked me up. This was Gordo at Elite Sportswear.
Oh, yeah.
Or Elite Promotions and Marketing, as it's known now. He's like, hey, let's get you a few things that make you look like you fit the part. So this is one of them, and it is fall. I didn't mean to be PSL.
It looks good, though.
I'm
I
actually,
like it.
The calendar flipped to October.
Yeah, no, you look very Octoberish.
Full-length socks.
Oh, I see, buddy.
Yeah, full-length socks. I got the boots going. So
quite the scene.
I'll be wearing suits soon, every game day, and we'll be back to normal.
Best dressed man in the Edmonton media. There, I said.
Gene's really good. Tony Brar.
I said, well, really Tony.
You know who's not? Rishog.
Whoa, uncalled for shot.
He takes shots at my stuff.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's what buddies do.
Yeah,
take shots.
I mean, the hat he was wearing today. A hat.
Yeah, it was backwards.
Weird.
Did you see that?
No,
he couldn't figure it out. It was weird. Anyway, if you missed the Monday Morning Got Your Back mandate, it was on the Nielson show today. You can go watch that over on the YouTube page right here at edmontonsportstalk.com. Library Pat to the inbox today, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. It was nice to be able to listen to T-Biscuit and Cass on Sunday morning since I couldn't listen live.
Excellent.
Look forward to hearing the post-game coverage in the season. That's from Library Pat. Mike's in with a longer text we'll get to here at some point as well. Glenn says, enjoyed the pre- and post-game show on Saturday night. Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
Yes.
It's a game day. We also have some news today for the Oil Stream. We're pretty excited about this. And once again, business at edmontonsportstalk.com. I think the reason we have so many clients hopping on board is twofold, threefold. Can you say threefold? There's only twofold.
There can be as many folds as you want.
We had about 15 or 16 clients hop on before we even launched. We will always be grateful to them. Yeah. We've had a few more clients hop on since we launched. Like we said, we feel like we provide very affordable rates for advertisers to get out there. We're on pace to do millions and millions of audio stream starts, millions and millions of podcast downloads,
and
million YouTube views as well. So there's a lot there, and we're just kind of getting going, right? We haven't even got to the Oilers regular season yet, which we're assuming we'll see a little bit of a bump there as well. So we do have. By the way, before we get to this new partner that's hopping on board here, and if you've been paying attention down in the bottom right corner, you've seen them rotate through a couple times. Look at this mouse. Look at this mouse. We gotta get a new mouse.
You don't like that? Awanik just brought it in the other day.
This is it barely fits in your hand. It's like the size of a baby mouse. This is the smallest mouse I've ever seen in my entire life. Did you use it? You haven't used it.
No, I don't touch. I don't touch any of the gear outside of the mic and put my headphones.
It's just too small. It's too. I just worry that I don't know. I want like one of those. Like this is a regular size mouse. I want like a big mouse. Feel how small that is. Careful, don't touch anything.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's why. It's actually active.
It's really small, though, isn't it?
It's convenient. It's itty-bitty.
It's like shorter than your finger, so if I hold it like a proper mouse, but I don't know,
I think it's light touches is the key there.
I don't know, man.
It's a kid's mouse. I don't know. Awanik likes it. As long as it works, that's all that matters.
Anyway, we do have a new partner we're bringing on here. They're going to be with us for at least the next 6 months, hopefully forever. But it's One Putt Virtual Golf. Have you heard? You've heard about these guys, haven't you?
They're set up close to my family home where I grew up. Although that will soon be changing. The Gazzolas are on the move from the north side.
That's right. You are.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not.
No, you. But
I moved a long time ago. Right? Yeah, they're on the move. But yes, this is an area I'm very familiar with. A very nice area, new area, and very excited to hear and see what we've got in store with One Putt, and I'm going to go check them out. Talk to them a little bit via Instagram this summer.
Oh, perfect. So they're on the socials. We love that too. So the Oil Stream will be brought to you in part by One Putt Virtual Golf. Brand new facility that features 6 TrackMan bays. And
TrackMans are good.
The TrackMan is what you really want to have.
It's like the creme de la creme of simulators.
We'll probably get the crew out there and dive into this a little bit. Maybe post a video, get YouTube Trev out there or something. But they've got 6 TrackMan bays, which is the exact same technology that the PGA Tour uses. It's the perfect spot for your group events, birthday parties, and to host your Christmas parties. This is big. Christmas parties.
Huge.
At One Putt Virtual Golf. Not a bad idea. They're located at 6816 178th Ave, north end of Edmonton. Also, you can check out, they've got a fall league that is starting right away here next week. Next Monday, actually, it starts on October 9th, runs all the way through to mid-December. So for everybody who's sitting here around, maybe you listen to Murray on the golf show and you're like, oh man, like golf season's pretty much over. It's not over. You can go get it taken care of at One Putt Virtual Golf.
That's probably where I'll be going with. I probably played more sim golf last winter than I did actual golf this summer. I think I only played a few rounds this year outside of tournaments, and that's disappointing. That's on me. But it was a weird summer with us changing over, creating this, and I was away for a few weeks. But those days on like a cold Sunday, like when the Gazzola boys get together and we watch football or hockey, we put a game on at a one putt, and you sit around the couch. You've got a cold beverage, whatever kind you like, right there. You got a TV on, and you're playing against each other for a few hours, and keeping the swing kind of healthy, if you will, to a certain extent, but making sure that you're keeping the swing in line to the best of your ability. It is really a lot of fun, and it's no surprise that the simulators and these types of setups like One Putt has are very successful. It's awesome.
TrackMan bays though.
Yeah, it's good, and it's very comfortable, a lot of fun, and just a good time. Especially,
it's really awesome to do in the winter.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it is, and the great messaging here: birthday parties, Christmas parties, group events. You know how like when you're, well, you don't know yet, but like I'm a parent. You're always trying to figure out, like, are we going to go to this jumpy park or this bouncy park?
Right.
We're going to go do this. This is like, if you are a wife listening right now, plan like a surprise party. Either way, I mean, man, woman, partner, wife, whatever.
Yeah.
Surprise your significant other with a nice little birthday party at One Putt. I don't think you can go wrong.
That would be a great birthday party.
I think it's pretty good. So, huge thanks to One Putt Virtual Golf for hopping on board. You can hear a lot from them here on the Oil Stream over the next 6 months. And, let's put together our own little party there.
Can I, via the nasty chat, Glenn,
sure, buddy,
with a great line, says, "What is this? A mouse for ants?
A mouse for ants?
It needs to be at least 3 times bigger."
How are we supposed to click buttons when we can't even get inside the mouse?
Great line.
That's a good one. Nice drop. That's pretty good. Pat Maroon's bib says, nasty league at One Putt? Man, now that we have the nasty chat there, you guys can all connect if you want. That would be absolutely incredible stuff. Yeah. We would like that. All right, Norm in a combine says, hello, nasties. Post-game show was excellent. Too bad the game was terrible.
Yes.
Where's that McDavid kid? Well, we'll get into that. He's obviously going to be playing tonight, but we can start with that last game because I missed part of the first, watched all of the second, all of the third, then hopped in for the the post-game show, rather. And as always, Oil Stream brought to you in part by Boston Pizza. Watch for our next location live. We'll be doing that later this month. I think we're going to...
Did Tara let us know?
I got a list.
Do we have to go there twice this month? Because we missed last month?
No. Just the once. Let me see here. I thought she said, was it Capilano again? Like, were we just at Capilano or no?
Well, we had a meeting there.
We had a meeting there, but I think we might be heading back to Capilano. But anyway, we'll give you the details on the exact date so you can join us for that as well. We got the next 3 months lined up. We might probably do a St. Albert Oil Stream as well.
Now that's the new home base for the Gazzolas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, so you're dang and roll out there. That'd be good.
Yeah, he'll love it. And then my brother Paul lives out there now, so they've
whole crew.
The whole crew has moved out. Everybody in my family has moved within the last year and a half.
Pretty much, you too. Pretty much wherever you go though, you can find a Boston Pizza.
Yes,
and go hit that one up. Obviously, if you're looking for a place to watch the Edmonton Oilers, Boston Pizza has got you covered. TVs at both the restaurant and the lounge. Very good time at Boston Pizza.
Dip into the inbox really quickly
to
cap this off. It comes in from Scouser Smitty. I hope I'm saying that right. Boys, will pre and post both be live and archived on YouTube and Pod? It's always live, Smitty. It's always on camera. You can watch it or you can just listen to it via our stream. I think we're going to have some updates with where you can listen soon, right?
Yeah.
Not to give away too much.
Yeah, we're working on stuff.
We're expanding things. Yeah. And yes, everything that we do here at Edmonton Sports Talk does get put into podcast form, just like we did at 1260. And you can check it out the next day.
Yeah, if you're looking to track
after.
down the post-game show, all the pre and posts and stuff like that will be available on just the Oil Stream podcast feed. So you don't have to sub to a different feed. If you're already subscribed to the Oil Stream, you'll be able to find the pre and post there as well, which is pretty exciting. As for the game, I mean, Vancouver had a pretty nice lineup dress. There was a parade to the penalty box, kind of one way early, the other way later. Quinn Hughes, Pedersen, their guys were going for sure. Let's start with this. What do you think of Skinner?
Well,
Kind of got hung out to dry on a few of them,
Yeah,
didn't
he did. The penalty thing, I mean, the goal that we didn't like, Cass and I were discussing, the goal that we didn't like was the Hughes backhander. That one shouldn't have got in.
It snuck through in a weird way, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it like squeezed through or bounced off the post and it hit the back of Skinner and then just trickled over the line. We know that the backhander is a lost art. We know that Hughes is a talented player. He's having a good preseason. He's the captain. He's galvanized, all that good stuff. And that's understandable. But like he was able to walk from the half boards of one side of the Oilers zone and then take it all the way around. And you had Brad Malone slowly, let's call it, passively chasing him.
Monitoring the situation.
Monitoring at a stick's length.
Yeah.
And then, but you think that you're leaving Hughes into a harmless spot where a guy
on the
takes over.
backhand, like tough spot.
Yeah, and then there was some traffic in front of Skinner, but he should have seen, I don't know if the backhander caught him off guard, but that was the one goal that we were talking about that we're like, that was not good. And then the other ones, the Hughes, the one where he batted it out of the air, that was just a nice play. That was just a nice hand-eye coordination goal there by Hughes. The Pettersson one, you let him walk in, he's going to bury. That's why, what did he have last year? I think he had a monster season last year. Kuzmenko had 39 goals last year. You let him walk in on a power play from 20 feet in.
He's got a wicked shot,
and he absolutely buried. So that one, those three were just like, yeah, okay. And then really the one on the Hughes backhand was the one that I think we had more issue with than anything. And there was spotty coverage too. There was a screen. So Skinner overall, I don't think he's going to like his night. That's the one goal you can hang on him. The lineup that the Oilers dressed compared to the one that the Canucks dressed, obviously, stacked more so in favor of the Canucks. We'll see how things look in this last week of preseason. But Skinner-wise, not a great night. And that one goal was the one where you're just like,
nothing has changed as far as who's starting opening night?
I don't think so.
No.
Good on Jack Campbell. Had a great night on Friday.
Looked pretty good, right?
He looked excellent. Although, and I'm not bashing Jack Campbell. I think everybody wants to see him bounce back, be in a good headspace, and it sounds like, he's had a good offseason. He did allow 3 goals. 2 of them were disallowed. Got lucky on the one right at the end of the game where mere fractions of a second and it would have been a goal and it would have been an Oilers loss. And then the interference one, which again didn't stand as a goal, but he did kick the rebound out to a really juicy spot and Backlund buried it. Outside of that, he made excellent saves. I thought he was Edmonton's best player on Friday night in Calgary. Not really a lot of concern with Campbell. I thought that was a good building block for him, but you go, 3 snuck by him, 1 counted.
780-218-9999. If you're listening live to the Oil Stream right now, make sure you tell your friends how simple it is. And hey, when you're going down to the game, and we're hoping to have some announcements on other ways you can consume our live audio here in the near future, working on locking in a couple of things there. But for right now, you just go, you're going to the game, coming home from the game. It's crystal clear. You just go to www.edmontonsportstalk.com and click listen live right at the top. Bluetooth it, plug it into your car, and it's super simple. I think you're really going to like doing that after games when there's only one other option. If you're a big fan of what we're putting together here, Tommy's going to have you covered with an excellent post-game show.
Can I get into the nasty chat in regards to the goalies here?
This is why we're here.
D likes to mix it up. I appreciate that, D. And then Brent has a thing to say here. I want to read these. D says, Skinner didn't look good, but it is preseason. And then Brent says, it's amazing how it's never Skinner's fault, but was always Campbell's fault last year. Well, Jack Campbell allowed last year to the point where they couldn't even play him for a full month. And then
he looked very sketchy for good stretches of last year.
And then he had one good month, which was good to see, and then he regressed a little bit. Skinner...
Yeah, but his one good month, the team just scored a bunch of goals.
Yeah, they did. It
wasn't even that good a month.
And Skinner had a more consistent season, and then he was bad in the playoffs. And I don't think we hide that. I really don't. And listen, I don't think Skinner had a great game. I don't think Skinner would say he had a great game the other night in Vancouver, but there were a lot of breakdowns in front of him that created opportunities for the Canucks' best players to fire them home to do. Whereas, at Campbell, we gave him credit for what he did on Friday night. We did point out the 2 that didn't count. And listen, those were not goals. They did get by him. But there's a reason why we look at these two goalies in a different light. Both of them have their pros. Both of them have their cons. And we don't shy away from that. And we're not always saying it's Campbell's fault. But, like, how many just junk goals went into...
That we're proud.
Yeah.
Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for The Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio, Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District, Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey, Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast, located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Welcome back to the Oil Stream. Dusty and Tommy Gazzola with you. Brought to you in part by Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. We're sitting here in the Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen studios right now. We had a little bit of an internet issue just behind the scenes here. Let's quickly bring you up to speed because Maddie, we've been messing around with the Wi-Fi a little bit. All of our streaming computers are hardlined in.
Yes.
We've been messing, but sometimes the Wi-Fi gets a little sketchy on us. So Maddie plugged in like a Wi-Fi router to our Shaw box, and apparently it kind of sucked a little bit of life out of the internet. So I want to get furious with Shaw right now. He's furious with Shaw.
Oh,
but we'll get to the bottom of it with those guys.
You know where that fiber optic.
Well, we got it. I know I got it at my house.
Yeah, same.
But this building is in such an older area, they haven't ran fiber optic in here yet. But the moment they do,
get that going.
We're going to be all over it like white on rice.
Ooh,
that's what we're going to be. So yeah, we've got that.
Back.
Anyway, that was the quick update on the issue with the little bit of a lag there, but we should be clear the rest of the way, unless Matt decides to plug in a wireless router again while we're doing.
Why are you doing it now,
stream.
Matthew?
I just wait till 1 o'clock. Right?
Yeah.
Just wait till 1 o'clock when we're done. That should be the plan. We got to put in a policy. No messing with the internet until after 1 o'clock.
I respect that very much.
We'll stamp it, and we'll make that a thing. Speaking of things that are things, sweet and spicy wings. You can get these ghost pepper seasoning, sweet chili sauce, 6-piece, 12-piece. What's your schedule this week? When are you?
We're doing pre and post on Friday.
On Friday.
So we just have Oil Stream.
But are you at the rink? When are you at the rink?
Tomorrow, I'm assuming they're going to be back, but they're going to lose an hour. They've been on the road. Usually,
probably a later skate.
It might be a later skate, so I'll probably be here for the hangout for the first hour.
But Wednesday, you'll probably be
at the rink.
I want to bring in some of these wings for us.
I want these wings.
Yeah, definitely want to get these wings. Well, we'll get them.
It's all based on the order schedule.
We're going to be doing the Oil Stream for like ever.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about that. If you're watching right now, hit us up in the nasty chat over there. And, of course, you can text us 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and we will get to more of those text messages as we work our way through. Here, let's get to this one. I'm sick of – ooh, boy, people are – and we'll get to the lineup for tonight. We'll get into all that. I do like this one, though. I'm sick of Oilers fans talking about how the goalies get blamed and who doesn't get blamed and who gets more shade thrown at them. Enough already. Let's just be happy that we have a legit team that we can get excited about. Sure, it has its warts, but still better than 90% of the league.
Yeah, that's a great.
And you can get a wart frozen off if you want, I think.
Right. Get the skin tag thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the counter.
Get that skin tag over the counter kit.
Yeah.
Or tie a string around it like it's a tooth and slam the door.
Gross.
How would that be?
That's nasty.
Anyway, enjoy the Popeyes that you're eating right now while you're listening to the oil stream. It is, yeah. Is that Brent? Does Brent usually bring that up in the nasty chat, right? Like he doesn't like the fact that one guy, it's never Skinner's fault, but it's always Campbell's fault.
Right.
But like we just said, I mean, watch the two guys play last year. More of the goals that went in on Campbell were Campbell's fault. It's just, that's the way it went.
Right.
Now, this year, you know what we'll do this year? We'll call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
And we'll call a bad goal, no matter who it's on, and have fair evaluation like I thought we did last year.
And the Quinn Hughes second goal on the backhand was a bad goal. We said that. And then another thing, I wanted to bring this up, Dusty. Like watching the game the other night, we were, I don't know if critical of Philip Broberg is the right way to describe it, but we pointed out Broberg's game, and I saw some feedback of people that liked his game the other night, and I think someone X'd at me or tweeted at me his analytics, but it was Dom Luszczyszyn's breakdown, because they say who did the breakdown, and said that Broberg, according to those numbers, had a good night. But like, he was the reason a couple of opportunities led to goals. I know he's not playing with an Ekholm, and people are like, why are you running him out of town? And why the Broberg hate? No Broberg hate. This is a guy you want to see take the next step. And I think one comment we made on the post-game show is, I think Desharnais is still, ahead of Broberg on the pecking order, and that could change. Broberg's got the higher end capabilities and potential. And I want to end it with this. I want to see Philip Broberg play a game or two with Matthias Ekholm. And I think that we could see a much better Philip Broberg playing alongside Ekholm.
That's a really good point, buddy.
It's different when you've got Ben Gleason beside you, who's had a pretty good preseason, but he's not Matthias Ekholm. So that has an effect on what we're seeing from Philip Broberg. And, maybe there are some people saying, is he taking the bull by the horns and really grabbing the spot? I think it's fair to say no, but if he had Ekholm with him and they tried that, I think there was more room and opportunity for Broberg to be comfortable out there and take some risks and make some things happen. And we did talk about his play to Lavoie on the goal and how nice that was. He took the open ice. He took the initiative. He saw and recognized it, jumped at it, used his speed and his vision. So we did give him credit for that. And it was just a conversation that kind of spilled into X. And, some people are saying you're being overly critical on him. It's just, hey, like, I want to see him with Ekholm, and I think that'll help him vastly.
Does Broberg with Ekholm just depend on if Nurse and Bouchard can be a thing?
I think that'll be a totally a factor.
I don't think you're moving Bouchard with Kulak and just putting CC back up with Nurse and leaving Broberg with Ekholm.
I think that happens if things aren't going well defensively. The new wrinkles
for Nurse
they've implemented,
and Bouchard, or just overall, like with everybody.
The 5-man unit defensively, they're trying some different things in how they protect their own zone. I think we see Nurse and CC as like a last resort fallback, where they go back to the pairings from last year because they're like, oh crap, this isn't working. Let's go with what's familiar, and worked last year to an extent because they weren't particularly great in their own zone last year. I think that these new pairings is something that there's a reason why we're seeing them day after day at practice, and we're finally seeing them in games with the veterans playing.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We'll get to tonight's lineup in just a second. We still got about at least 20 minutes here on the Oil Stream. I doubt we'll end up going to another break at this point. Yeah. That's what we really like to do. Lock Shop, there's no breaks. Oil Stream, we can definitely just do one. Hangout, there's like one. And on the Nielsen show, we're mixing in 2 or 3. It's a little bit of a longer show, but I also feel like we could probably dial it back there too. It's just once you get good conversation going, man, like it's just...
Yeah.
When you don't have to pop away, you
just keep it rolling,
right?
Yeah, we blew out a break in the post-game show because I think the first segment went like 35, 40 minutes.
You guys were rolling there with Cass,
yeah. And we did one, and then we just kind of rolled on through to some audio and video post-game.
Video post-games.
Excellent. Hello.
Boom. Love that.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, boys. Couple of things. This is from Mike. Mike likes to send in long text messages.
Hello, Mike.
And I appreciate that, Mike. We see you there. 780-218-9999. Good afternoon, boys. Couple of things. Steos, why do the Oilers not get anything from a draft pick for him being poached? Simply position within company. Oil lost picks for unemployed Peter. Now, has this changed, hasn't it, Tommy? Isn't it?
I think
it kind of changed along the way, did it not? I thought it changed. I could be wrong.
I think there was a mutual... The reason why there might not be compensation, and I'll tell you, I'll pass on what I was told, is Steve Staios was no longer a part of the company.
Yeah.
And I said it to you, or I said it to you, Dusty, on the Oil Stream a couple of months ago. My understanding was they had parted ways. And I know Ken Holland said that Steve Staios remained an Oiler a couple weeks ago, which I thought was odd because he was nowhere to be found in the guide or on the website, and it was contrary to what I had been told. So if he's no longer with the organization and he all of a sudden pops up as a president of hockey operations with another organization, why would there be compensation if he's no longer with you?
Yeah.
Right? I think that's
a good point.
Could, and to me is likely what happened. And I know people have brought this up. So that's what I think has occurred.
That would make sense. Couple of nasty chats on Broberg. Pat Maroon's bib. Broberg is expected to be able to play against elite competition and be able to take away and not give up high danger chances.
Good point. That's true.
Well, if you're with Ekholm, you're going to be put in those spots, right? D. White says, if you're an Oilers fan, it should be nothing but love for all of the players. It's a new season. Last year doesn't mean squat anymore.
We get the microscope up, and
we
we take a look.
Right now
we get everybody
season, right?
on that little tray, and we analyze. That's what we do. It's our nature. It's in our blood.
This
in
is
Northern
why
Alberta.
this exists.
And it's not just the media; it's the fan base too. Like everybody gets that microscope and they take a look, and that's what creates this conversation and allows us to do what we do and get fired up about these things. That's just D's right. Like the optimism, deservedly so, needs to be high. This is a good team. They have a good team on paper. They've done some good things in the last couple of years, but yeah, we get that times 10, times 40 lens, and we look at things deep down.
Huntorio Momes is in and says, Hughes, Sanderson, Drysdale, etc. People are waiting for Broberg to have a game where he shines. He should be looking legit against some of these lineups.
And that's a fair comment.
I want to see him against a full-blown NHL lineup with full-blown NHL teammates.
Those other guys, though, have played a lot more in the NHL and have played a lot more against high-end competition. They've had the trial by fire. Is that the right term? They've had to learn on the fly really quickly, and they've had to adapt really quickly. Yeah. And whereas Broberg has been like sent up, sent down, sent up, sent down. When he's playing, he's a 7th man. Like he hasn't been thrown right into it and been able to go through those experiences and have those lessons. But I agree, like he should be. He's a first round selection. But yeah, he's always down low on the pecking order, and he hasn't been able to receive and experience the same things that those other defensemen that were named have gone through.
We are trying to get to tonight's line combinations, which our good friend Bob Stauffer tweeted out. Make sure you listen to his show in the evenings.
Yeah, 5 to 7.
Over on Ched. Feel free to do that.
And listen to Reed Wilkins' show right after.
Reed's been in here, and we're hoping to have Stauffer at some point. So
yes.
If anybody from the Oilers is watching, we're not competing with you.
Hey.
Others are competing with you.
Tim.
We're not competing with you.
Tim, it's all good.
Come on, Timmy.
When I talked to Bob, he's like, well, I like you. I like Dustin. I like Matthew.
I put
Eric's
the invite
funny.
out. I told Staff we'll get you on the morning show.
He's like, I can't. I got to talk to the Oilers, and I would understand if they wouldn't allow it. I'm like, stop it.
We're not going head to head with you.
Yeah,
right.
We're promoting your show.
We are
on another channel.
More than happy to be promoting Staff and Reed show.
Yeah.
So yes. Come on now, guys.
Come on, Bob.
Let's make that happen. We love to have stuff
Bob.
in here. Anyway, people have confirmed that the compensation rule gone.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Kind of brought that up.
It was silly. Just
it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I thought that was stupid. It's like the coach's cap in the CFL.
it was stupid.
That's something that drives me
Very
nuts too. Let's see here, guys. I'm tired of Skinner letting in those weak goals over his shoulders from distance. Where is the coaching? Let's just see how it goes. We're in the preseason.
We're talking the Pedersen goal. That was a rifle.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's got a pretty wicked shot. The Kuzmenko one, he kind of got a piece of, but
Yeah,
still, I mean,
but-
the guy's, 12 feet in front of you? Like,
And it was, I think, Desharnais and Nurse backing in. That's what I had an issue with, was why are they back?
nobody did anything. They
Yeah.
just kind of looked at Kuzmenko and, yeah, you're right. They backed in a bit.
And
yeah.
Malone, sorry to point out Brad Malone again, great guy. I had a 10-minute interview with him. We didn't use it, but it's an evergreen interview. I think we could run again. Malone overcommitted. It was a 5-on-3, and he was on the wall tied up with the D-man. He squirted the puck out to the middle. And then the guy's back in, and then Kuzmenko rifled it.
This text, you've not given us a handle yet, so we can't save you in the system, but 780-218-9999. Guys, 2 and 25. No, not 2 and 25 together. Where is it? It was 2 and 27 together. I think the text must have been jumped out. Anyway, 2 and 27 together. Bouchard and Kulak. And then you limit Bouchard's 5-on-5 minutes, but just let him be a power play heathen.
Are you describing Tyson Barrie right now?
I guess, kind of almost.
Yeah. Are we?
Barrie was always used properly, I thought.
He was, and his defensive game was much improved, or he didn't give up as much. He wasn't a picture of perfection in the defensive zone, but it did get better, and he worked hard to improve it. But is Bouchard still young enough that his defensive zone coverage and play can get better, as opposed to Barrie, who is late 20s, early 30s? I think so.
Yeah, it could. I mean, it's probably not. But I just if they decide to play Bouchard with Kulak and they got to play the same amount as a Broberg, Ekholm, or even Nurse Ceci. I mean, you could really. I kind of see things that I wouldn't mind in all of those pairs.
Right.
And then he's also getting 5 to 7 minutes a night on the power play. That's not the end of the
bad.
world. That's not the end of the world.
Especially if he is having a tough night or tough stretch of games in his own zone. It could happen. It honestly could happen. And Woodcroft brought it up again before they took off for Calgary. Flexibility all the way through the lineup. And so that's why I say there's a chance that maybe we see Kulak and Bouchard at times this season.
All right, let's get into these line combinations.
Yes.
It was interesting because when you saw the guys that they had there, I was wondering, do they just load up McDavid and Draisaitl and play them with Hyman, or do they put them on their separate lines and let Holloway play with McDavid and let Lavoie get a game with Draisaitl? Maybe Bourgault, gets something in there, but as not what they did. It kind of went with what we would expect from Jay Woodcroft and how he's handled things. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman. These, of course, courtesy, like we said, future Nielsen show guest Bob Stauffer. McDavid between Draisaitl and Hyman. Derek Ryan between Janmark and Holloway. Hamblin with Lavoie and Ernie. Malone with Bourgault and Griffith. Kulak, Ceci, Gleason, Broberg, Deneen, Kemp. Jack Campbell gets the start with Pickard. Mm-hmm. What stands out for you here, Tommy?
I would like to see Raphael Lavoie with a McDavid or a Draisaitl, and my understanding was they would give him a look up there. Maybe he gets power play time tonight. I'm not sure because there's no Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Ooh, that's a fun game to play. Would it not be Holloway, though, you think?
Holloway deserves it. Holloway has been their best player in preseason. He really has been. And
well, here we go again, right?
Well, I think that's a good sign. Because if he can carry over his responsible play, transporting the puck, his hunger for the puck in the offensive zone, if that does carry over into the regular season, I think the points will come. And we're not talking about 3, 6, and 9 in 51 games or whatever it was, and getting blown up by a Labushkin and making bad turnovers in his own end that lead to goals early in the season. If that part gets eliminated, he continues to do what he has been doing, I think that's a good sign. And I like the fact that he has this, kind of mentality that I make a mistake, I'll come back and try to fix it and still push. I've liked that attitude on display from Dylan Holloway, even last year and this year after having that experience, to continue to push and try to get better and find that offensive touch that he had in college and junior. I think is excellent. I like those signs. But I would like to see Lavoie get a look with one of these guys. I was told that they're going to give him an opportunity at some point. We're running out of time here.
Yet now.
We're running out of time. Like this Hamblin and Ernie thing.
If Lavoie was going to get an opportunity, this would happen tonight.
So maybe
it does happen tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe they do split him up for a period and give Holloway and Bourgault and
Why do
Lavoie
you need McDavid and Draisaitl together tonight?
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. We do see it change at some point in the game.
So you don't think McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman stick together the whole game? I feel
I'll say no.
I think they probably will, but I would like to see them like. When I was tweeting it out earlier, I said, why are McDavid and Draisaitl playing together in the preseason?
Unnecessary.
We know McDavid and Draisaitl are straight fire.
Yeah.
What we don't know is if Holloway could click with Draisaitl and possibly be an option if Brown doesn't fit in the top 6 and you move him around. So I don't know. Are they looking at possibly running Nuge, Kane, and Brown to start the year, and then Hyman, Draisaitl, and McDavid? Because to me, Jay Woodcroft, since he talked, and Jay doesn't. I mean, kind of said, stay focused on things, stay focused on the day, stay focused on the stat. So to me, every single day there should be a purpose. I'm trying to figure out exactly what the purpose is of McDavid and Draisaitl just playing together in the preseason. We know they're going to torch everybody in the regular season. Why is this necessary tonight when you could split them up and play Hyman and McDavid with Janmark and Draisaitl with Holloway and Lavoie?
Yeah. I would even like to see Lavoie with Holloway and Ryan. Just bump them up there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
let's start look like
that
him
would be
and
something
Holloway.
you could consider. Because what that is that's a chance on an NHL line.
Right. I'm curious to see if these lines stay intact. Woodcroft is generally stuck with the lines from practice in the game so far, but maybe now he deviates. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I think Lavoie, all things considered, has shown well. And Rashog talked about it on the Mandate on the Nielsen show. It's like, what other guy has really done anything to separate himself and take a spot in that fourth line? Lavoie scored a goal. Ernie scored a goal, but I think Lavoie's goal and his overall play has been more impactful than Adam Ernie's.
What say you? 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat over on YouTube. Would you say that Lavoie has gotten a fair crack at things so far for the Edmonton Oilers? The Oil Stream brought to you in part by our great partners over at Popeyes, the sweet and spicy wings on special until October 15th. You can get them the six-piece, $10.49, six-piece combo. Comes with a regular side and a medium drink for $12.99. And then you can get the platter, six-piece platter, sweet and spicy wings, 2 regular sides. That's for us. 1 large drink. We can share it. And we could get 2 straws in that bad boy. That'd be really nice.
Neato.
That would be really nice.
Do you want the Kraken lineup?
Not really, but
okay.
Yeah, you can. No. I mean, I don't care about the Kraken lineup tonight because it's preseason and I couldn't give 2 you-know-whats. I almost said the
2 craps.
Too. I couldn't give 2 craps about it. 2 poops. What's Seattle look like? Because I want to get to one more thing on this Oilers lineup.
Okay.
Look like?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's all good, buddy.
Like that. Courtesy of our good friend Mike Benton.
Okay.
Of the Kraken pre and post game show on the radio side, and Mike says it'll be Beniers between McCann and Eberle, Wenberg with Schwartz and Burakovsky on that line, Wright with Cartier and Yamamoto.
Playing with Shane Wright.
Yeah. Pochuralski between Hayden and Shore.
Shore in the house.
Shore revenge game.
Oh, man. I'm going to bet on that.
Oh, baby. Hit it. On defense, Evans with Larson, Dumoulin with Schultz, Magna with Fleury, and we'll see what the starting goalie is. If Benton's put it out, I haven't seen yet. So Philip Grubauer, first goalie off the ice. There you go.
All right, so we've got that going.
So a lot of Oilers former Oilers playing for the Kraken tonight. Shore revenge game. Bet on it.
I think Maddie's stupid mouse died. Do you see the mouse on the screen anymore? I don't see the mouse on the screen.
I do not.
Maddie, your mouse died.
This stupid thing.
This stupid little mouse died. Unbelievable. Oh, there it is. It's back. I fixed it. I slammed it down on the table and I fixed it. Wow.
That's all you need to do.
That's amazing.
Okay, Oilers lineup. You want to say something about Oilers lineup?
Who plays the point on the power play tonight? How's that for a question?
Oh, great question.
Exactly. We only ask the best questions here on the Oil Stream. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Who would you put up there?
So here's what we laid out.
Yeah.
Right? We back to future Nielsen Show guest Bob Stauffer in the tweet. Kulak, Ceci, Gleason, Broberg, Deneen, Kemp. Who runs the power play tonight?
May I recommend one Philip Bartholomew Broberg?
Oh, you're going to say Broberg. I wanted to go 1, 2, 3, and we both say our name.
Oh,
who we were going to do. You ruined a fun game.
I messed that up. I'm so sorry.
Part of me thinks it might just be Kulak, though.
No. I think this is where you got to give Broberg an opportunity with some quality play. Put him on PP1. Let's see what he's got. Give him a chance.
Is there any chance that, because right now it's Bouchard, then he goes off, and PP2 comes out, it's Nurse.
Yeah.
I think Ekholm would probably be number 3 on line with that shot that he's got.
Yeah.
Like in line.
Fair.
I was just going to say, is there any chance Broberg could ever get any power play time with the Edmonton Oilers at any point over the next 2 years?
That's why I said put him out there tonight. Give him a shot.
I'd like to see it.
Me
I
too.
mean, I would like to see it.
Me too. Go, Philip. Distribute. Get shots through.
Pardon me, I wouldn't mind seeing Gleason there.
We're talking about a minor league defenseman that's a depth guy.
Well, why is he still around? Because he's played kind of well.
And he's a veteran. That's why he's still around. We're probably going to see him sent to Bakersfield in the next few days. And listen, I recognize and respect very much.
I don't think you like Ben Gleason. This is the Fogle thing. This is when you used to hate Fogle, remember?
Did I hate Fogle?
I thought the haters were always over you for Fogle.
I thought I was like a Fogle.
Ben Gleason's only 25.
Apologizer or whatever.
He's only 25. There could still be a defenseman there.
I'm not saying there isn't. He's played NHL games. But he's not taking a spot
from... Sounds like you don't
from...
like Ben Gleason.
Oh, get out of here.
He's not taking a spot.
He's not taking a spot from Desharnais or Broberg.
But has he not?
He's been very good.
If they have 2 injuries on the blue line,
he might be the first caller.
Who's the first caller?
It might be...
I think it's probably Gleason.
Ben Gleason, yeah.
You think Dedin?
No, I think it's Gleason.
I think Gleason.
Yes.
With how they've played in the preseason, I think the number 8, the D-man on the... Well, what about Nemo?
Right now, that's
Nemo
okay. You want to talk about a defenseman that's probably fallen down? It's Nemo Laine.
It is.
He hasn't been great this preseason. There was a play
how
last
does he
week.
ever be great? Okay, what's the play?
He's throwing some hits. I respect that. That's what he's known for. But his puck stuff is still bad. There was a play in his own zone where the puck, I can't remember if it was against Winnipeg or another game, where the puck was coming to him. Listen, it was bouncing and stuff, but he tried to boot it. And instead of trying to get his stick on it, and he booted it right to the opposition player, and it led to a chance or a goal. And I was like, that can't be happening at, 23, 24 years of age, and you're trying to be the next call-up for this team because you have fallen to the 8th guy. And now I think a Gleason has maybe pushed to be the guy that they would call up instead of a
he should be
Marcus
worried
Nimoy.
about Gleason.
I think so.
That's what's emerged from this year's training camp.
That's how sexy this camp has been.
Gleason, Niemelainen, really intriguing
the battle is on.
Yeah, no, that's good. Glenn says Gleason has played better than Desharnais and Nemo this preseason.
And that is a fair point, but he's not taking a spot away from those guys. That's the bottom line.
Well, he said Nemo. I mean, he could take.
Oh, then Nemo. Sorry.
Yeah, no, he said Desharnais and
Desharnais and Nemo.
Huntorio Mom says Broberg had a better PP numbers per 60 than Bouchard in the American Hockey League.
That's why I would like to see him out there tonight.
Well, it's got to be him tonight then.
I hope so. I really hope. It makes sense.
Yeah, but...
Why are you putting Kulak out there? What for?
Well, Kulak's pretty smooth, actually, with the puck. I could see them
What benefit is there to putting Brett Kulak on the power play tonight?
Just to have some sort of defensive conscience better than Broberg, maybe.
But do you not want to see if Broberg can give you some offensive spark? Like, that Kulak is a reliable, steady defenseman that has a little bit of offensive pop. You know all of this. This is very well established. You know Brett Kulak gives you all those things. What you're trying to see is if Philip Broberg can seize an opportunity, right?
I'd like to see Broberg, but we're also not seeing Raphael Lavoie play.
I would like to see Lavoie elevated. I'd like to see him in Nugent Hopkins' spot. And listen to this. Hear me out.
Broberg and Holloway on the power play with the big 3.
Hear me out, yeah. How about a Broberg pass from the top of the point on power play to Lavoie with a one-timer on his off wing and see if that goes in. Scream one by the ear of Philip Grubauer.
People would love that. People would love that.
I'm thinking Chris Pronger to Jarrett Stoll.
Send a message.
Yeah.
Preseason message, like the guy in L.A. who hit Mark Stone too hard.
Hodgson,
yeah. Whatever it was, yeah. What a whiny baby Stone was.
And that is so unlike Mark Stone. Like, I was surprised to see, and what he said about Hodgson, too. It's like, come on, dude.
I don't know.
The guy, Hodgson played games in the NHL last year and the year before.
Yeah, it seemed
not a lot, but he played games.
I don't know why they...
He's not a good player. He's not gonna be around, whatever. That's not cool.
Hey, what's Dusty's cool bet over under on Hyman disallowed goals this year.
It's got to be like 7.
I could probably have them set that up. They would probably only set it though at like 3.5. Then we could all hammer the over.
Yeah.
Still waiting for this game to go up from a preseason perspective. If you're a true DGen like myself and all the other lock shoppers, preseason action tonight over at CoolBet. There's 2 different tabs. There's the NHL tab, which gets you to the futures bets, and then there's the NHL preseason tab. And we do not have this game up just yet tonight. I know Pat told us a little bit earlier that we're waiting on the Oilers roster. So both rosters are out. So I would assume we get a line on this game rather quickly over at coolbet.com. Before we wrap this bad boy, one more time, huge thanks to One Putt Virtual Golf for hopping on board with the Oil Stream. If you're planning a party, birthday party, Christmas party, just want to get a group together, maybe you want to treat your employees to a cool night out or something along those lines, there's not many better ways to do it once we hit the winter than heading inside and swinging some clubs. One Putt Virtual Golf, brand new facility. You're going to hear about them a lot here on the Oil Stream over the next 6 months. Brand new facility. They've got 6 TrackMan bays, same technology that they use on the tour. I don't know what they use on Live, but this is the same stuff they use on the PGA Tour. Yeah, exactly. Perfect spot to host all of your events leading up to Christmas. They've got a fall golf league that starts on Monday, a week from today. You can check them out, 6816 178th Ave North, or just hop on Google, type in One Putt Virtual Golf, and you'll be on your way.
You know what's great, too? You talk about like doing company parties and birthday parties and stuff at a sim, like One Putt. It's not just for guys anymore. It's incredible how many women are playing golf now, kids. Lots of kids, like the junior programs and all of that.
I would think like ladies' leagues probably are even better or rival men's leagues for numbers.
Taken off.
Yeah.
And
of course, golf's awesome.
And like old, lovely ladies like my mom, like she's terrible at golf, but she likes to come out and play.
What does your mom like the most about golf?
I like being there with my boys. And it's nice to drive the cart and have drinks and then swing the club. I want to come to sim golf.
Your mom would love golf. Like, I could see her, like, just knowing your mom a little bit. Yeah.
She likes sitting around after, and then, like, she knows. She'll hit the ball. It'll go 20 feet, and she'll pick it up and, come up to our balls and drop and then take a shot.
She's going to get better. The more you golf, you get better.
Putting is surprisingly. But, like, actual, like, lady golfers, like, I don't know if it had to do with COVID or just the popularity of the sport, accessibility of it, but it has really become for everyone, which I love.
Yeah.
It's not just old dudes smoking cigars and playing.
There's still a lot of that.
There's a lot of cranky the stuffy guys. Like, it's becoming a thing of the past. It's getting weeded out. And I like to see that, you know, the belt has loosened around golf and it's become more fun. So One Putt, great to have you on board.
Yeah, One Putt Virtual Golf. Check it out and start planning some of your parties there over the holidays. And when you do, make sure you tell them that you heard about them on Edmonton Sports Talk. That's going to do it for another day of live sports talk here in Edmonton from 6 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. Nielsen Show replay coming up here right away at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. If you're looking for something entertaining to listen to in the afternoon, we got you covered at the replay from the Nielsen Show earlier on this morning. Tommy, get us out of here, buddy.
Like, share, subscribe, smash the thumbs up button on this video if you're watching on YouTube. We appreciate it very, very much. We're off and running. It feels like we're in a bit of a groove here. It's going to be a month right away that we've been on the air. Thursday night down at the Century Casino Sports Lounge. All of us from EST are going to be there. Jay Milne, my mom, there's people saying...
your mom's rolling in?
Mrs. Gazzola needs to be on the hangout. She'll be down there at
oh, my goodness.
Century Sports Lounge. Oh, it's a tongue twister.
Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Thank you.
On Fort Road.
I'm losing it. That means I have to go. So like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
The Nielsen Show.
I keep thinking of Shohei Ohtani. I want like a beef form of Shohei Ohtani.